It's a big battle for that #1 spot, but Kessler's been great.
And we've already talked about Vander Bosch on the other side as we're off and running from the SU Soccer Stadium. Syracuse wearing its all orange classic look. And good for them to be back at home too after that 3-game road trip. Takeaway in the middle of the field by Anna Buckwalter, and the Bearcats looking to create the first opportunity. Victoriano links up with Buckwalter.
I'm expecting chaos in this game, Sam. With the weather, there's going to be balls just slipping, and you never know what's going to happen. So if a team can score an early goal, then that sets the tone, and you can kind of just sit back and defend the rest of the way. Things are going to get a little bit tricky if, there's a lot of balls in the box, so it's all about just clearing everything out. You don't want any weird deflections with how wet it is.
That's going to be a factor throughout. It was pouring at certain points during pregame. It's lightened up to just a drizzle now. But still the after effects of that soaking up the pitch, which we were told was in pretty good condition, all things considered.
I mean, they do an excellent job here at the SU Soccer Stadium. It's one of the better fields in the entire Northeast, and it's really holding up well right now. They do a good job of making sure that the goals are not touched until before the game starts. All the warm-up was done in front of the net. They had a tarp down in front, so that shouldn't be too much of an issue, but still, it's something to keep an eye on.
Cross-whipped in towards Davis, second chance, and it's a weak shot handled by Vander Bosch. Paige Luke with the opportunity. And in charge of Binghamton in his 10th season now, Neil Bhattacharjee, who actually was the recruiting coordinator on the Syracuse staff over a decade ago. Also had a stint at Boston College before getting the head coaching job with the Bearcats. And he's very confident in his group, and he said to us, Adam, that he would be mistaken if he didn't admit that this game does mean a little more with it being a little bit of an upstate New York rivalry.
Yeah, I really enjoyed our conversation that we had with him earlier in the week. He was very honest of saying, look, I could say that it doesn't mean more, but everyone knows that it does, especially when there's local players on the team. And, Neil Bhattacharjee himself lives in the Syracuse area, so there's a lot of connections here.
There certainly are a plethora of Binghamton players from within about 60 miles of Syracuse. And Binghamton's the team applying the pressure early on. Victoriano loses it, but Roush gives it right back.
I don't think this is the first 3 minutes that anyone was expecting for Binghamton to control possession pretty much the entirety of the way. Usually when we see Syracuse in these non-conference games, it's the opposite. It's them controlling possession.
We talked about Neil Bhattacharjee on the sideline for Binghamton. For Syracuse, it's Nikki Thrasher-Adams, now in her 7th season in charge. And she said despite the back-to-back draws to end that road trip, she felt after that Princeton game like her group was feeling confident coming out with that result and likes the team morale overall. And it's no surprise to see her go with the same exact starting lineup.
There were definitely some things that went against Syracuse in those last couple of games, some calls that Coach Thrasher-Adams was not happy about. She thought her team played well.
Buckwalter from distance hits the bar and trickles near the line. Vander Bosch keeps it out. Anna Buckwalter from way out almost just scored one heck of a goal, and Vander Bosch to the rescue. But again, Binghamton on the attack. Alexis Worrell at the edge of the area. Chance from distance again, diving effort, but Vander Bosch doesn't have to stop it. It ends up wide off the right boot of Bella Brown. How about the start for Binghamton?
Man, what a perfect shot there. Almost in, just off the crossbar, almost deflected off of Vander Bosch, and then she almost has to do it again. Another really good opportunity on the shot that just missed left. How about these Bearcats early on? They're playing with a lot of energy.
And continuing with that high press, you see it there, already 3 shots for the visitors.
This is what you have to do. You have to come into Syracuse and play your own game. It's so often that teams just drop back. They think it's an ACC opponent, but Neil Bhattacharjee is not scared of the orange, and he's really pushing his team forward right now.
There was a spell in the 2010s where for about 10 years, these teams did not face off against each other. Bhattacharjee said early on in his tenure that was actually out of respect for Syracuse, since he recruited a lot of the players to the Orange before getting that head coaching job to Binghamton. But he's now happy to reestablish this non-conference matchup in a year-in, year-out basis. Again, Syracuse dispossessed in the middle. Worrell holds up play, waits for support, and lays it back for Brown. Buckwalter, who rung the crossbar moments ago, lays off for Davis. 5 goals in 5 games for the sophomore. Cross cut out, but trickles out of play, and it stays with Binghamton, who has had the majority of the possession through the first 5+ minutes here at SU Soccer Stadium.
And I'd probably put it at about 90-10 in terms of possession right now.
A handball called on that play. Paige Luke just had that left arm flailing out a little bit, and it was actually the assistant referee who alerted Carlos Fernandez in the middle. That ball was struck by the arm of Luke.
If you're Syracuse here, you just have to control possession for a minute. But that's not what they're going to do there, as Jasmine Nixon just sends a long ball forward. That's been a bit of a frustration for the Syracuse team, I think, is, you know, these defenders are new, but maybe the one thing that they need to work on is better link-up play to the forwards and the midfielders, especially in a game like this where early on the other team is dominating possession. You have to try and control it yourself. You can't just keep sending it forward. You know, you think of ACC play, Syracuse is not going to have possession a lot. They're going to need to methodically build up and not just try to go for the long ball.
And just one non-conference game remains after this. That's Cornell on Sunday. So Nikki Thrasher-Adams knows it's really now or never for Syracuse to really get those little things down before some of the top programs in the country make a visit here or they travel to them. Every season, the ACC is just a gauntlet, no matter how your schedule pans out. And that's something the Orange are experienced with, especially with some of the veterans on this team.
I mean, this is a really important game for both sides. Binghamton has been one of the true players in the America East the last couple of years, the regular season champions, 2 of the last 3 seasons. And Syracuse wants to make the NCAA tournament. Nikki Thrasher-Adams talked a lot about how she built the schedule with RPI in mind. And, you know, this is a big opportunity to pick up one of those RPI boosting wins, considering Binghamton's usually really good in its conference.
Davis down the near wing, so lethal on the ball. Was limited a bit in her freshman campaign to injury, but now fully healthy in 2025. Syracuse gets the takeaway. McDermott forward. Chased onto by Klummer. And way out of her goal, Kessler read it very well. Throw into the Bearcats.
That was an excellent tackle from Emma Klein. She's really impressed this season. The captain who missed all of last year due to injury, she's come in and has not missed a beat.
Both Klein and Laher, key pieces that were missing last season. Both of them with an incredible recovery journey, respectively. Vander Bosch under pressure from Luke. That did not strike the arm of Brown. Sophia Garofalo with the through ball, but a little too much on it.
You could say these are like Masters level greens today. Any little touch and the ball's just going to keep skidding on the grass. You have to be really careful to not, you know, just, you think it's a little quick pass, quick touch, and it ends up just skidding about 10 feet forward.
It's already been evident on multiple occasions, and we haven't even played 10 minutes here from Syracuse. The rain continues to fall down, pretty continuous rate. Spread out wide to the near side with Laher. Burst of speed forward, but Victoriano with a great battle, and she wins it back for Binghamton.
It's just excellent for Victoriano. Had her first career start in the last game. She's a true freshman, and that's just an excellent play there to slow down what could have been a dangerous opportunity for Syracuse.
Flick forward, headed down. Comes out to Laher. Poked out of play. There's Victoriano again. She certainly welcomed herself to Kendall Laher early on in this match with the persistent pressure down this near flank. And down the line, out of play again. It's Victoriano closing down the angle on Lawher.
The Cuse haven't had a single possession inside of Binghamton's end, and we're already 10 minutes into this game. Now the question is, has Binghamton exerted so much energy through the first 10 minutes that now they're going to have to drop back a little bit? Last time when Syracuse played against Princeton, they dominated the first 10 minutes and they controlled possession. So, you know, maybe Binghamton said, we don't want to let you do that, so we're going to go all out in the first 10 and then it'll even out. I'm very intrigued to see how these next 15 or so play out until we get to about the halfway point of this first half to see if Binghamton can continue to dominate.
And right on cue, they win it back, but Syracuse pounces. Through ball can't get to Maya McDermott. And through the middle of the park, Brown with a little too much weight on the pass. Lawher's there. And she nearly turns it back over. Absolute chaos in the middle of the pitch. Finally, Buckwalter controls, and it's Syracuse, the team pressing. Heavy touch from Davis. Buckwalter opens up and sends a beauty out wide to Baker. She crosses it in, it gets through, and an awkward effort is punched up by Vanderbosch, and the flag is raised. That ball out of play, and it is a goal kick.
Nice save there from Vanderbosch, just punches it out. Even had a player running into her there with Morrell, but just an excellent job to stay composed in your box. You know, that's Shea Vanderbosch's area. She can't let anyone come in and try and take her space.
That ball kind of landed behind Luke, a bit of an awkward shot. And Syracuse women's soccer in action tonight, but a reminder that the men's team will be back in action 24 hours from now when they take on the Duquesne Dukes at 7 p.m. here at the SU Soccer Stadium. If you can't make it to the game, that's not a problem. Be sure to watch it on ACC Network Extra. Every Cuse click counts. Meanwhile, we played a dozen minutes here, and it's Binghamton with the better looks. Syracuse, as Adam mentioned moments ago, hasn't had sustained possession in the other half of the field. Back to Garofalo. Long ball forward. Bridges with the header down. And cleared away by Nixon.
You can just hear the rain starting to come down a little bit harder. You can already tell the impact that it's making. You're seeing a couple players slip every once in a while.
And it's making it even more difficult to connect these passes through the middle. Nice job opening up here. Long ball forward from Rauch. Attempting to link up with McDermott. But Garofalo's there. Clearance isn't that deep from Kessler, but Binghamton does win the throw-in.
Got to be really careful playing it through the back in these kind of conditions. You're always worried about a goalkeeper slip or something along those lines, especially if you play it back to Kessler. She has to make sure that she's got her footing, or else, again, things can get a little bit scary because this rain just continues to come down, and at least for now, it doesn't seem like there's any end in sight.
There was a portion of today in the early afternoon where the sun was out for a bit.
Oh, it's gorgeous earlier today.
Yeah, it was, and all of a sudden, a few hours before kickoff, got much darker here in Syracuse, and the rain has followed.
Well, Sam, you know how it is. It's either perfect weather or the worst weather imaginable in Syracuse. It's either 70 and sunny or raining like this and 10 inches of snow on the ground.
That's what you have to accept here in central New York, no matter what time of year it is. Calendar has flipped to September after all. Guess we got to mix in some rain here and again, as long as it's not snow anytime soon.
I mean, at least it's not in the hundreds like it was during a lot of the preseason up here.
Right. Baker at the edge of the box, taken down, but it's a clean challenge. Although now the whistle has been blown, so a little bit of a delayed call from the official Carlos Fernandez, but he does grant a free kick to the Bearcats.
And this is in a really dangerous area, just barely outside of the box. Maybe actually not. Oh, it looks like Baker might have been in the box and then got pushed out. Oh man, that's really close to being a potential penalty.
Gabby Wisbeck a little too aggressive. Remember, on the line considered the penalty area too, to your point, and that is a reviewable play.
Yeah, I would take a second look at this, and I think if they did, it would be a penalty here, but it seems like they're just going to play on. Syracuse has caught a break right here.
Yeah, placed just outside the box. Here's the outswinger, edge of the 6, headed down across goal. Vanderbosch there, and doesn't give up a rebound.
Just an excellent job by Vanderbosch to read where that ball was going through all the legs and then bring it in and not allow any rebound. You see, she didn't get it clean right away, but got her feet on it, was able to keep it close. Those rebounds are going to be really tough to control in a game like this, but that's where a veteran goalie like Shea Vanderbosch is so good. She rarely lets up rebounds in general. When it's nice out in the rain, she's going to be better than everyone else.
And for any goalkeeper, no matter how talented you are, these conditions always make it that much more of a challenge to not concede rebounds. Buckwalter has some space going forward on her left foot. Nice sliding effort to break that up from Wisbeck. Laher drives one forward. Lands right to Allison Falvo. Bearcats throw in.
One of the things you're seeing so far is that whenever the Orange send it really far forward, there's really only one player in the area, so it's a 3-on-1, and Binghamton easily wins possession. On the other side of things, when Binghamton sends it forward, at least if Syracuse gets it back, there's 3 or 4 in the area, so the Bearcats can get it back right away. They're just pushing forward, and luckily they haven't been caught behind yet. The Orange are going to have counter-attacking opportunities if they can string 1 or 2 passes together.
Bridges opting for the switch here. It's a beauty to Laher. Nice touch as well. Tapped forward. Ashley Rauch one-on-one. Cuts back to her left. It's disciplined defense from one of the center backs. And Allison Falvo, but a foul committed.
I mean, that was just an excellent ball from Bree Bridges to Kendall Laher, and then an even better touch almost to get Ashley Rauch forward. But the rest of the team just didn't join her head. She had to kind of slow it down, and luckily forces the foul and has a chance for the free kick.
And so from the near sideline, Syracuse taking its time. Gabby Wisbeck set to deliver the cross. The sophomore does have 1 assist on the season. That came against Canisius in game number 3. The in-swinger from Wisbeck. Headed out of the danger area for the moment. Laher's effort takes a deflection. It's out for a Syracuse throw. And they have to hold up that throw because Syracuse makes its first substitution. Anna Rupert replaces Kendall Laher just 19 minutes in. Rupert has appeared off the bench in all 7 games now, Adam.
And what they're doing right now tactically is replacing a forward with a wing back. So Maya McDermott, who started the game playing up, now moves back to that right wing back position. Her versatility really makes her special and a reason why she's rarely taken off the pitch.
The rain picks up even a little more here at the SU Soccer Stadium. 0-0, just about 20 minutes gone. Here in Syracuse, New York at the SU Soccer Stadium. I'm Sam Reese alongside Adam Gotkin under the lights. Syracuse hasn't had many night games yet. And And on a rainy night in the 3-1-5, both teams playing through the elements, meeting for the 5th consecutive season. Last time Binghamton took down SU, you got to go back to 2005, 10 meetings ago.
Crazy to say that a good amount of these players weren't even born yet, so this would be the first time in these Binghamton players' lives that their school could beat Syracuse if they can get it done. And I mean, they've looked really, really good through these first 20 minutes. Without a doubt, the better team so far.
They've come awfully close. Last 4 games between these teams, all 1-goal Syracuse wins. So the Bearcats have the confidence. They know they can compete with SU. And a miscommunication leads to a Syracuse giveaway, although they win it right back. Here's Rauch out wide. McDermott has space and time. The cross deflected. That ball staying in. And a better safe than sorry type of clearance there.
Definitely a smart decision. You don't want to have to try and dribble through anyone when you're back inside the final 10 or 12 yards, because you're going to get into a lot of danger with this weather conditions. Dribbling is going to be really, really difficult. So you just want to send it forward when you have the chance.
Magnotta goes for the short pass. And a poor touch out wide. McDermott a little confused.
There's definitely a little bit of urgency right now with this Syracuse attack, and you can tell they still don't have a single shot registered in this game. They really want to get things going soon offensively.
Rauch does win a free kick. One of the captains for Syracuse. 2nd straight year with that armband, and now in her grad year, trying to make the most of her final season. Leads the team with now 62 appearances all time. And she's been the go-to goal scorer up top early on in this campaign.
She's been excellent on set pieces. This entire Syracuse team has been really, really good on set pieces this year. There's so much size in the box.
Rauch with the service this time, put into the danger area, and saved by Kessler. Punched it out originally, and then sometimes the bounce goes your way, and it did right there for Kessler.
That punch always a little bit scary, especially in these conditions when you never know where the ball can go. A little bit lucky that that went right back to her, but a good job by Alea Blanco to, kind of just make sure that her goalie had the chance to bring it in.
Blanco, also in her grad year like Rauch, spent the last 4 seasons playing NAIA soccer at the University of Cumberland down in the southern part of Kentucky. Second substitution here for Syracuse so far. It's Vita Nyhan who enters. The junior has played in all but 1 match so far. And she replaces Gabby Wisbeck.
She was about an inch or 2 away from a goal in the last game. Had an excellent chance from outside of the 18-yard box that hit off the crossbar, bounced down. If there was goal line technology like there was in professional soccer, probably would have been reviewed and maybe could have been changed to a goal. But either way, I think that that's going to give her a lot of confidence coming into this game to let them loose.
You have to imagine so, because that was a good hit from Nyhan. Just unfortunate that it didn't cross the line according to the officiating crew. Mia Klammer, see her wiping off that ball, making sure she has firm grip on these throw-ins. Played out wide by Rauch to Klammer. Dangerous cross, header flicked on and tipped off the bar. What a chance in the box, and Binghamton clears it out as the rain continues to pour down.
Just an excellent save from Rebecca Kessler to punch that up the first time she's tested all game and just makes a spectacular stop.
A positive touch forward, but the strike from way out over the bar from Rauch.
So you take another look at it, and just an unbelievable stop there from Kessler to punch it up. If she doesn't get a piece of it, that's going into the back of the net. Emma Klein got her head on it, but Kessler has just impressed so much. She did give up a goal last game, but it was a penalty. She hasn't given up a goal in the run of play in a couple weeks.
Great set piece opportunity for the Orange. The outswinger to the edge of the 6. Headed away, but not out just yet. There's the clearance from Binghamton. And
you can really see that right now.
I was just going to say, I mean, we weren't lying to you earlier that, you know, it was raining pretty consistently, but this is a whole nother level in terms of how fast that rain is falling down.
I think we'd be in the red right now if you're looking at a radar.
I think so too. At the edge of the penalty area through traffic, Rauch finally attempted to give it up, but it was too late, and Davis at the other end is all by herself. Heavy touch lets her down. But these last few minutes, Adam, better from Syracuse. More possession, more time in the other half of the field.
Oh, without a doubt, these past few minutes have been very promising. This is the best that Syracuse has looked all game. They're finally controlling possession, and this was kind of what I was wondering, as I alluded to earlier. Once the Orange started to control the game, would they just do that for a while? And that seems like that might be the case now. And if you're Binghamton, you just worry a little bit that maybe you exerted too much energy in the first 10, 15 minutes, and they got chances there, but just not enough to put it into the back of the net.
And a foul of frustration. Gives it back to Binghamton. Just about a half hour into the match now. Still no score between two teams that are only an hour apart from each other. Binghamton from America East, Syracuse, of course, from the ACC. McDermott gets ahead on it. Luke tries to accelerate forward and wins a throw-in for the Bearcats.
Now, if you're Binghamton here, you want to take the momentum back a little bit and just control possession here, because Syracuse has its eyes forward at the moment. Maybe just catch them behind.
This time it's off of Binghamton. Quick throw from the Orange. This rain, no joke. Davis sprays it out wide. Victoriano has to hustle. She gets there. Sliding challenge. Nyhan got there. But Blanco helps out and plays it all the way back. Garofalo goes for Kessler, the junior goalkeeper for Binghamton. Nice header by Nixon. And she lofts one forward. It's out of play. Syracuse claiming that the throw should be theirs. That's the call. McDermott elects to go back. Magnotta out wide. Nyhan finds space. Tug of the shirt and a slide tackle to boot. That's a foul against Sophia Garofalo.
The slide was pretty clean there, but just that little grab of the shirt that ends up getting the foul called. And yeah, slide pretty clean, got basically all ball, but can't pull the shirt at all.
Nope, made it easy for the official Carlos Fernandez to make the call. He was all over it. Rauch with the service, has 3 assists on the year. Lofts one to the edge of the 6, punched down. Kessler has to get back in goal. And there's the clearance. Back for Nixon.
That was a really smart decision by Bella Brown to just send that as far as she could and let her defense reset.
Nyhan goes back for Bridges. Binghamton continuing with the high press, and it's been paying off more times than not. Falls to the feet of Bella Brown, who was high school teammates with Maya McDermott just outside of Philadelphia. Those two reuniting on the pitch, going up against each other this time around. miscommunication. Croyle wasn't on the same page with Rupert. On the near side, Ali Victoriano needs some help. Back with Binghamton. Worrell plays it back. Chip to the edge of the box. Buckwalter with a nice touch. Just inside the final 15 minutes of the opening half, still awaiting the breakthrough tally. Crossed in. Header popped up by Luke. Bouncing ball, but offside the call. Alexis Worrell couldn't quite hold her run there, and Syracuse catches a break. Well, it's a busy time of the year with all fall sports underway. That, of course, includes Syracuse football, who kicks off their home slate this Saturday when they play host to the UConn Huskies at noon. Make sure to get your tickets today at 1-888-DOME-TICKS, and also stream the game live on the ESPN app. Every Cuse click counts. The Orange, of course, attempting to bounce back from a season-opening loss to Tennessee down in Atlanta, but I'm sure it's exciting for them to finally have a home game.
Without a doubt, the last time that Syracuse football played in the Dome was when they beat top 10 Miami and rushed the field. So, you know, those fans are really excited to get back into the Dome and see Fran Brown's year 2. I bet you the fans here wish that the Dome could also have soccer in it, because, man, this rain is not stopping.
No.
There's only, I think, 2 times where I can remember it raining this much during a game. One was against Siena in a men's soccer game back in 2023. In the 60th minute, the game actually got stopped because of how much it was raining and the field was such bad conditions. The other, my first ever high school game, pouring rain. It was actually so wet that my shorts started falling off and I had to change shorts mid-game. But it's difficult.
What a story.
It is difficult to play in this weather. It's not easy at all.
And Syracuse just made a couple of substitutions. Julia Arbelize has checked in. So has Olivia Baza, who's traditionally number 18, but wearing 32 tonight. Couple of impact players so far. Bazo in her freshman season scored in the opener. Arbelize as well has been dangerous, a goal and 2 assists through the first 6 matches.
I'm intrigued to see how much Arbelize plays today, because she played almost at least 45 in every game up until the last one.
Cross in, one-time shot blocked. And it's over the end line, last touched by Miller. Buckwalter couldn't quite get the shot she was looking for.
But another great ball put in towards the area, and a good chance for Buckwalter once again. You have to think eventually one of these are going to connect and one of them will get on goal. Bearcats just have to continue doing what they're doing. And I love the aggressiveness from Anna Buckwalter. She had that one shot that almost went in at the very start of the game, and she hasn't stopped.
Sam Allen checks into the game for Binghamton. And we can hear the rain pelting off the benches of these teams. That's how hard it's coming down. All you need to do is look at the lights here at the SU Soccer Stadium. Buckwalter from way out, right at Vanderbosch.
And that's where the rain makes an impact. You see Vanderbosch initially, she's not usually going to bring it in, but at least when it touches her feet, she's able to keep it close. But that time, it touched her feet. She almost lost it for a second. If there was a player near her right there, you know, usually she brings that up quicker, but it's just so hard to pick up the ball right now.
Players are slipping and sliding left and right last few minutes. Good step up from Nixon. Played out wide. Some pressure on Magnotta.
Got to be really careful playing it back in these conditions.
And Nyan kept it for too long. From way out, there's the shot from Worrell, but whizzes wide, never really threatening.
As we talked about earlier, every touch is going to be a little bit harder with just how much the ball is skidding, so you got to be really careful in those situations. It's not worth dribbling through the middle of the field because there's just a chance that it just keeps skidding and you lose possession.
Not the type of game to take risks out of the back, and Nixon under pressure does win a goal kick, but Binghamton making it known loud and clear that they're not going to step off the gas here. Off of every restart, they're going with the full press. Try to force them into a mistake.
Yeah, no surprise that Shea Vanderbosch is pushing everyone forward after it got a little bit scary on that last one. It's just not worth playing through the back right now. I think you have to send it forward. You never know what can happen in this rain.
And she is going to boot this one as far downfield as she can. Header flicked on by Emma Klein. Nixon gets there. And an opportunity to switch. Played to the near side with Vida Nyan. She goes back. Magnotta to Bridges, and Syracuse works it all the way back to the far side. Victoriano forward. Nice slide tackle to win possession. Bella Brown, the service to the edge of the box. Miller can't get there. Now winding down in this opening half of play. Nothing is given on either side so far. Clommer opens up. Out wide by Klein. Clean challenge. Clipped back for Magnotta. The Penn State transfer not with enough pace on the pass out wide. Bridges opens up and sprays it out wide. Into the middle with Bazo. Sam Allen steps up for Binghamton, and the back heel could work out for Syracuse. It's kept in play on the far side. Shot from distance, and it rings the post. Wow, a near upper 90 finish, and it trickles out of play. That was from a long ways out by Clommer.
I don't think anyone thought that she was going to let this one loose, but it goes off the crossbar. Excellent opportunity.
And so no deflection on that shot, just went straight off the crossbar, as he said. Almost meeting that top left corner. Clommer entered the day leading the team by a landslide in shots with 19 so far in the first 6 games. Now it's Syracuse applying the pressure, but given right back. Miller has some space. Bridges gives it right back. Victoriano is there. She's been all over this left side of the pitch. Blanco goes wide. Sam Allen cuts inside. A great slide tackle. Foul called against Binghamton's Alexis Worrell. The sophomore came from behind and was a little too aggressive on Julia Arbelaz. And you can just see, looking at Arbelaz, she's only been on the pitch for a few minutes, and she's absolutely drenched in rain. Crossed in by Miller. Edge of the area. Worrell lays it back. Luke can't quite beat the last defender. And the shot from way out, handled by Vander Bosch.
Excellent tackle there from Emma Klein. And again, I'll say it again, that's so important from Vander Bosch to hold on to that and not allow a rebound.
One in the midfield by Klein. Just over 40 minutes played from the SU Soccer Stadium. Clommer taking on a sea of Binghamton defenders. Gets support. Here's Klein. Played it behind. And Luke wins the battle. She goes one-on-one with Bridges. Syracuse has support. Played to Worrell. Good hold-up play. Off to Bella Brown. Blanco mistimes the pass. That's been the story of the first half on both sides. That final link-up hasn't been there. Rauch dispossessed. It's a clean challenge from who else but Victoriano. And Rauch is down in pain behind the play. But we carry on. Rauch just now back up to her feet. And from way out, it turns into a cross. Luke denied. It went right at Vander Bosch, but not a bad service from the wing.
Not bad at all. Another excellent opportunity there for the Bearcats. They keep knocking on the door. And it's all about these insertions into the area. I mean, they've just been perfect. So many great crosses so far.
Inside the final 3 minutes of the half. You'd have to think, based on the way the first half has played out, both teams would be relatively content with the scoreline. But with that being said, Adam, in these type of conditions, a goal late in the half could completely change the way the second half is played.
Without a doubt, and you have a feeling that in this game, just with these conditions and how things have gone, both teams hitting posts, that there is going to be a goal. I would be shocked if this is a 0-0 draw at the end of things. So, we'll see what happens in a game like this. A lot of the time, whoever scores first, then you're just kind of defending the rest of the way. It's going to be a really intriguing second half, and also, final 2 minutes of this first half, because in conditions like this, it's not uncommon to see a last-second goal.
Vidanayan on the ball. Scored 1 goal last season. Came oh so close at Princeton, but still searching for her first in 2025. And the flag up. Offside. Anna Rupert was making the run.
And you see the players literally squeezing the water out of their jerseys. It's raining so much that it's starting to get heavy to run around. You feel for these ball kids, huh?
Hey, they're troopers out there.
Oh, yeah.
He's not complaining. Battling the elements here on a rainy night, to say the least, in Syracuse. Last minute substitution here in the first half. Moo Galbus enters, making her 5th appearance of the season. And Mia Clommer gets a rest.
Syracuse, number 11, Moo Galbus. For number 6, Mia Clommer. Substitution for Binghamton, number 4, Grace McCaslin.
And on the Binghamton side, a freshman in Grace McCaslin comes onto the pitch, making her 5th appearance. Has only not featured in 1 match so far this season. Foul called. Syracuse is aware that time is running out. They've got to work quickly. Everyone forward just about for Syracuse. Binghamton holding its line beyond the 18-yard box. Service from Rauch. Pop down in the box, but Kessler's there. And she happily holds on to it as we've reached the interval. Does make sure everyone's ready to go, and off we go. And Binghamton immediately forward, similar to the strategy early on in the first half. Long ball forward from Blanco. Davis gives chase and wins the battle on the far side of the pitch. Cross in, but it's too far ahead for Worrell to get to it. But that is part of the strategy. Coach Neil Bhattacharjee just talked about that, Adam, where it's a strategy for his team to come out with the pressure and really force Syracuse to be a little bit uncomfortable at the back.
That's what it's all about, and you know, we've talked about it throughout this season. All the newcomers on that SU back line, all three brand new to the team, 2 transfers and a freshman, and Shea Vanderbosch has done a really good job organizing them and keeping them all where they should be. But you know, you get towards the later parts of the games, these players are out there for the entire 90 minutes on the back line, so communication at times can start to break down. You have to make sure that you keep doing what you were doing in the first half, because Binghamton had chances, but Vanderbosch didn't let any of them into the back of the net.
Remember, she had a shutout at Princeton on Sunday, and so far so good here in much different conditions on a rainy night under the lights in Syracuse. Bridges misfires on the pass out wide, and that's just an unforced mistake. Quick throw in by Victoriano. And the shot well wide. Shouts for a handball from the Syracuse sideline. No call. That ball somehow stayed in play. The Orange trying to hurry up a little bit. Vita Nyhan remains in the match for Syracuse. Came in about midway through the first half as a substitute. And it's given away in the middle of the park. Davis the pass forward. And it's Paige Luke trying to slot it through. Davis can't get there. A big time intervention from Bree Bridges. And it's kept in play. Last touch by Davis. It is a throw-in. Syracuse still with work to do to get out of their own corner here. Clommer with the throw. And it doesn't take long at all for Binghamton to win possession right back. Sophia Garofalo. Long ball forward. Can't quite get it to Davis. Bridges again, right place, right time. Play held up by McDermott. Sliding effort from Baker, who played her high school soccer just 10 miles down the road at Jamesville DeWitt, not even. So a local product who is now trying to take down Syracuse as a Binghamton Bearcat. And the craziest thing of all is probably that Nikki Thrasher Adams, the head coach of Syracuse, at the school her son goes to, it's Megan Baker's mom, who's the principal of the elementary school.
Yeah, I don't know what my favorite crazy thing is in this game. It's either that or the fact that both head coaches live in the same neighborhood.
That's also true.
This is crazy, what we have here.
Neil Bhattacharjee makes the commute from the Syracuse area down to Binghamton. So there are a lot of connections between these teams, especially with Binghamton being a team that recruits locally a lot. Plenty of New York players, and some of the best talent in this upstate New York area comes from the surrounding area around Syracuse. Fayetteville Manlius, Jamesville DeWitt, you name it.
These teams are so familiar with each other off the field, but they also are on the field because, as we've talked about, they've played each of the last 4 seasons, and they also play every year in the spring.
Yep.
A lot of people don't pay as much attention to the spring season, of course, but that is a very important time for these teams to build up for the fall, and Syracuse and Binghamton always go at it in that part of the year.
Yeah, get them once in the spring as a tune-up, and then the real thing in the fall. Makes sense with these two teams just being an hour apart from each other. In fact, it's surprising that it was nearly a decade where they didn't play each other at all. And a big reason why that was the case for the longest time is because Neil Bhattacharjee, who's now in his 10th season at the helm of Binghamton, didn't want to actually face Syracuse out of respect for the program, and that's because he previously was the recruiting coordinator with the Orange, so he brought in a lot of the Syracuse players that his Binghamton team would have gone up against had he played them. So that's why they took a little bit of a break, but now he said it makes absolute total sense to square off on a year-in, year-in basis. A good challenge for both teams every single season.
And also, just when you look at the geography of this area, there's so many colleges, so you don't have to play Syracuse. You can fill your schedule with Colgate, Cornell, Canisius, Albany, all of those different teams that are in the area. But, Coach Bhattacharjee said that he wanted to test his team again and play Syracuse because it's an ACC opponent and it's a chance to do something special. Going into America East play with an ACC win on your belt, that gives you a lot of confidence going into conference play. And at the end of the day, that is what's most important for these teams that are in the power conferences. It is what you do in your conference, because the America East is not going to have multiple teams in the NCAA tournament. You got to win that conference tournament to make it to the big dance, so you're just gearing up for them.
Through ball, but it's played behind, and there's Baker with the attempted clearance, although kept alive by Rauch. She can't quite cut the corner.
Rauch has really been pushing forward recently. The forwards and Galbus and Clommer playing a lot further back, but Rauch is fully attacking recently.
And that's the luxury you have with a player like Rauch, who can really play in a lot of different roles. Yeah, a midfielder on paper, but she can go forward, has 4 goals so far, but also a great set-piece specialist, can be that provider or even link up with her teammates if she's playing a little bit back in the middle of the pitch.
That's something you get just with so many of these Syracuse players, the positional versatility. Maya McDermott started the game at forward. Now she's playing right wing back. Anna Croyle, who we haven't really mentioned much today, was a starting center back for Syracuse last year. She's been starting in the midfield today. So there's just so many players that you can put wherever you need.
And we're seeing that with the rotation of the squad. Rauch, someone who already has a couple of multi-goal games, did it in the opener against Charleston Southern, and then at Holy Cross, first SU player to have multiple 2-goal games since 2016, and we're only in the early portion of the schedule. Ball settled in the middle of the pitch. Here is Croyle. Talked about how we haven't mentioned her name too much, but she's a distributor through the middle. Clommer cuts it back, can't find Rauch. A good step from Croyle.
Maybe she heard us.
I was just going to say that. I think she heard us, Adam, or heard you. Vidanayan with a burst of speed. Wins the throw-in, last touch by Baker. Should be mentioned, the rain has lightened up a little bit. In fact, now that I observe, maybe even more than I originally thought, it's still coming down.
Maybe more of like a mist at this point. It's still
steady.
A lot of rain, but it's smaller drops.
Yep. Binghamton can't clear. Rauch on her left. Flicks one on, but it's routine for Kessler, who hasn't allowed a goal in open play since August 24th.
And I think you're okay with those outside shots because in these conditions, there's always the chance for a rebound. There's always a chance of it just slipping out of the goalie's hands. So it's worth it if you have the opportunity and you have the space.
Just about 10 minutes gone, second half. Syracuse, a bit of a better start to this half compared to the last. Here's some pressure from the Orange. Nice launch forward by Clommer. The clearance out of play. It's the Orange now, the team keeping Binghamton on its toes.
The Bearcats have to be careful here. They're getting caught behind. They're sending so many numbers forward.
Back post, McDermott. She can't get a shot off. It was defended well towards the back post. Ali Victoriano.
She's been spectacular. The freshman in her second ever start, I think, has been the most impressive player in this game. Once again, saves her defense.
Yeah, just right place, and not only that, positioning her body to make sure that McDermott just couldn't get around her and get to the ball. And look at this, a chance for Binghamton. Alexis Worrell waiting for support. Worrell plays it back, and now wide for Baker. The right back is helping out in the attacking end of the pitch. She's still going. Flicks it into the box. Still a bouncing ball. Booted forward by Worrell, but it trickles over the end line. Bit of chaos at the edge of the penalty area.
This has been an exciting couple minutes. Both teams now really going back and forth. Both squads are being aggressive and just pushing numbers forward. I wouldn't be shocked if we see a lot more of these opportunities with, how aggressive these sides have been. There's going to be chances in behind. You just got to make the most of them. Both goalies have been really impressive in this game. Neither have really let up many rebounds. You just got to keep that up.
Yeah, that has been one of maybe the more surprising things, that the lack of rebounds considering the conditions. We've also only had one corner kick. So it's been a interesting game the way it's played out, just with the conditions certainly playing a role, but both goalkeepers have really been up to the task.
Definitely, and that's just one corner kick for Syracuse. Definitely plays into the favor of Bing.
Davis with the strike, and it whizzes wide. Vanderbosch was not going to get there as Davis aimed for the back post.
Just a great opportunity there for Davis, who's been so good this season. Oh man, just a few feet wide of the net, goes for that corner. Almost hit the bar as well. Excellent opportunity there for the sophomore.
She has 3 goals and 2 assists in just the last 2 games. America East Offensive Player of the Week, was also named to Top Drawer Soccer's Team of the Week. Currently leads the America East with 5 goals. Last season as a freshman, she played in 14 games, only started 1 of them. Scored 5 goals in the entirety of last fall. But Coach Neil Bhattacharjee told us that there was a bit of a lingering injury that actually held her back. She probably could have made a bigger impact her freshman season. That's how talented she is. And now we're seeing that in full effect early on in 2025. Here she is, but it's high and wide.
I like this aggressiveness from Jakaya Davis. She was pretty quiet in that first half, but now in the second, she's definitely feeling it. And I mean, this is pretty crazy. I was not expecting Binghamton to be doubling up Syracuse in shots, Sam.
No. And Grace McCasland is back into the match. She replaces Alexis Worrell.
Substitution for Binghamton, number 4.
Worrell and Jakaya Davis, both from the Toronto area. So similar to what we see with Syracuse, Neil Bhattacharjee likes to recruit from north of the border. Not too far away, of course. And McCasland, who just came into the match, did see a few minutes in that first half. Remember, for those players who come out in the first half, they do get 1 re-entry in the second half. But once you're off in the final 45, that's it.
Caslin, a freshman, has seen a lot more action over the last few games. Had her career high in minutes last time out against George Washington. Didn't even play in the opener, so it'll be interesting to see how long she stays in this one.
Nixon goes down the line. It's kept in play. Clommer on it. Through ball for Rauch. Crossed in. All the way through for McDermott. She squares it, and it's cleared out. Binghamton got enough numbers back, but the threat isn't done. Played out wide by Klein. And McDermott can't keep it in. So a frustrating way for that attacking phase to come to a close.
Definitely one of the more exciting Syracuse possessions we've had. One of the better chances. McDermott just trying to be selfless there to move Galbus in front of the net. And unfortunately, they can't connect for the Orange.
And here's a strike from way out. Not close from Galbus. And a reminder that Syracuse women's soccer is back in action not too far from now. Senior Day is this Sunday at the SU Soccer Stadium. They'll play host to another in-state rival, Cornell. Kickoff is slated for 1 p.m. And if you can't make it to the game, be sure to watch it live on ACC Network Extra. Every Q's click counts. It's another one of those teams that's not too far away, a logical game to put on the schedule in the non-conference slate. The advantage of a good amount of D1 schools in the area, like you were talking about earlier, Adam. Brown goes wide. Baker can't get there. Just past the hour mark. And still scoreless at the SU Soccer Stadium. Rain has lightened up. And a substitution made by the Orange, Gabby Wisbeck, who came off in that first half, now re-enters. Maya McDermott comes off for the first time this match.
Gabby Wisbeck, for number 15, Maya McDermott.
Wisbeck, one of the starters who just got a breather towards the end of that first half and for first quarter hour or so of the second. Good pressure from Syracuse, and it's Wisbeck right away, bringing the energy off the bench. Binghamton's claiming it deflected off of Wisbeck. But a throw-in given to the Orange.
Look for a long throw here. Syracuse loves to send these into the area and create chaos. Almost had a goal off it last game.
But instead, they elect to go short. Service from Clommer, it turns into a shot, saved by Kessler. Great reaction at the near post and a foul along the sideline. Syracuse not done yet. Wisbeck tripped up.
Excellent job in net there from Rebecca Kessler to deny this shot from an awkward angle, just punch it wide. She ends up falling into the net, and a great clearance there from her defender to send it out of the area. McCausland just clean things up and make it easy on the keeper.
It's a tricky one to deal with. When you expect it to be a cross, turns into a shot. Wisbeck standing over the set piece. Towards the back post. Kicked across, but blocked out. It does touch a Binghamton player last. Syracuse gets a corner kick from the far side.
Another good opportunity there off a set piece. Now only the second corner kick of the game for the Orange. This is where they get a lot of their goals. So much height in the area. Bree Bridges, 5'10", and a Croyle, 5'10". There's a lot of size. See if they can land a head on the ball.
Wisbeck took the free kick moments ago, also standing over the corner. Edge of the 6, headed wide. Chance there for the taking, but Croyle couldn't quite redirect it on frame, and Syracuse makes another change. Abby Incorvaya, the freshman, comes on for Mia Clommer.
Number 17, Abby Incorvaya. For number 6,
Incorvaya has appeared in now all 7 matches this season.
It's really interesting how Nikki Thrasher-Adams is managing the forwards in this game. You start off with McDermott and Clommer up top, and then McDermott shifts back to the wingback position. You have Anna Rupert play up top, Moo Galbus, and now you have Abby Incorvaya. So there's been a bunch of players who have been forwards for the Orange in this one.
And this is a bit concerning for Binghamton because Jakea Davis, the team's leading goal scorer, down in a bit of pain. The referee, Carlos Fernandez, has stopped the clock with 25 minutes to play. He just jogged over to the Binghamton sideline to have a word with the bench, but they don't bring the trainer on because Davis is back to her feet.
That was a bit awkward. Davis looked to be okay. She got back up right away, but the referee ran over to the bench to talk to the trainer. So luckily everyone's okay and we're back underway.
Potential chance to counter. Down the near sideline, Wisbeck. It's met by a harsh challenge. Play on. Incorvaya, the freshman, sends one in. Handled, and the shot blocked. No chance to put it on target, but Syracuse keeps up with the pressure.
Another good service on that opportunity from the Orange. They're getting the chances. It's got to keep going, and eventually one of them has to find the back of the net.
Wisbeck forward. Oh, it's a good idea from Rauch, but Garofalo was prepared.
So you see it again, the cross from Incorvaya, and this was a really good one. Just a little bit too much power on it. Couldn't be fully controlled, and can't get the shot off.
Few step overs. Service to the back door. Gets all the way through and out for a Bearcats throw. It feels more and more like one goal is going to be all it takes. Just the way this match has played out. Bridges shields it out. The freshman who has made her presence felt from the season opener. A starter in every game so far, making an immediate impact on this back line for Syracuse, which also includes a couple of transfers in Nixon and Magnotta. Here's Wisbeck on the attack. Takes a deflection off the foot of Baker. There's the clearance off the foot of Garofalo. Three-quarters through the match, 0-0 between Syracuse and Binghamton. It's now a very light drizzle here at the SU Soccer Stadium. Through ball played, and it is kept in play on the far side. Nixon. To the middle of the pitch. And a giveaway. Davis is there for Binghamton. Settled by Magnotta. Syracuse has won the last 8 meetings, unbeaten in the last 9 against Binghamton. So draws are rare between these teams. It's been a while. Meanwhile, both teams make changes. Both 13s are back in. Anna Rupert for Syracuse and Alexis Worrell for Binghamton. Grace McCaslin off for the Bearcats. Moo Galbus takes a seat for Syracuse.
Anna Rupert has been a really key piece off the bench for Syracuse all season. She hasn't started a game yet, but she's played more than a half multiple times, played 50 minutes last time out, and she'll get up right near 50 again today. Still looking for her first goal this year, though. She's shown in past years that she can score. Had a goal last season, 2 in each of the 2 seasons prior. Looking for her first of the year today.
Flicked into the danger area, and it's mistimed. Rauch can't get the shot off. She wanted to settle it down, but just couldn't really get a clean touch.
That's just a really tough position. It was an excellent ball. Great job by Rupert to flick it ahead. You maybe have to go for the one-time shot there from Rauch. That's probably the only option to score a goal, but that's such a high difficulty move that, you know, it's really, really difficult, and you understand why Rauch tried to control it for a second.
Syracuse didn't think it touched the ball last, but Binghamton awarded a throw-in. I think you're right, Adam. It's tough to make that split-second decision if you're Rauch, but she got the better half of the defender, and it seemed like the shooting lane was there if she wanted it.
But either way, it's another really good opportunity for the Syracuse team. They've definitely had more chances in this second half than they did in the first.
Oh, that's a heavy touch. But Syracuse gets lucky to keep it. Magnotta through the middle. Nixon looks up. Long ball forward. It's out of play.
You can really hear this Syracuse coaching staff now barking commands. Trying to do whatever they can to help this team out.
Binghamton trying to keep the energy up too in the last 20 minutes. Blanco out wide. Davis giving chase. She is speedy down the left flank. Bridges racing to it. And it touched her. That's a corner kick for Binghamton. Bridges is in disbelief, but have to give credit to the work ethic of Jakea Davis.
Oh, it's just excellent from Jakea Davis to not give up on that play. You see it again. I don't know, it's close, hard to tell. It looked like both feet were really right next to each other.
And so now the first corner kick all night long for Binghamton. Anna Buckwalter stands over it. The sophomore has 1 assist so far this season. That came over the weekend against George Washington. Here's the in-swinger. Headed down by a Syracuse defender. Maybe a second chance. Heavy challenge. It's clean. And the header away. But not out. Back into the mix. Davis, is she onside? She shoots. Save made by Vanderbosch. No whistle there, so presumably it would have counted had Davis slotted it in.
And you can see Vanderbosch's frustration with those past couple of calls, but you cannot let that get to you. You have to continue to play. So this Binghamton team is not done. They're still attacking.
They're certainly continuing to play. Davis goes down, and she's called for the foul. Carlos Fernandez, the official, says she pushed off on Magnotta. Both players went down there.
And now you can see how this field is definitely making an impact. Players are going down really easy, slipping really easy. It's barely raining anymore, coming down very, very light, but that doesn't mean the field isn't still soaking wet.
Rauch wasn't expecting the pass there. Long ball forward from Garofalo. Syracuse back in control. Heavy touch, and it's a letdown. Victoriano is onto it. And she's got pace down the left wing. She's still going all the way to the end line. Cuts it in. A nice intervention. Bridges got a boot to it. The Orange win possession back. Rupert with the hold-up play. What a move. Garofalo went down, through ball. And it's shielded along the end line. That ball just stopped, and it's stolen. Here's the strike, save made. Kessler denies the opportunity for Syracuse. Second chance blocked. The Orange still going. Whipped in towards the penalty spot, headed down, and Kessler gets there.
Another excellent chance for Syracuse here. Emma Klein, who's not usually far forward, did a great job to, once this didn't go out, realize it, quickly take it, and then go for the shot on net. Excellent chance here. And then after that, another opportunity. But it seems like Syracuse was asking for a handball, and referees might take a look at this.
Carlos Fernandez, the official, is walking over towards the monitor. The clock has been stopped. Just under 16 minutes remain. Emma Klein almost with the goal. This is her 40th career game. She's never scored. So we do have the first video review of the game. There are several instances in which plays are reviewable now at the Division I level in NCAA soccer on both the women's and men's side, and one of them is reviewing for a potential handball in the box.
And remember, the referees see everything that you see on your screen. Right now, they're looking at themselves. So now they can see what's going on. We're looking for this handball. It's not going to be here. This is where they were keeping it in. It was after the initial shot, after it was played back into the area.
And unlike what you see at the professional level, where there's VAR and you have quite literally video assistant referees in a control room, telling the official to take a look at it. In college soccer, it's the official on the pitch making the decision.
Yeah, definitely not there. It hit off the, looked like back thigh of Sofia Garofalo after hitting her leg. That didn't even look like it was close. No. In the moment, I understand why. Her arms were flailing a little bit. It kind of looked like a handball, and nice job there from the Syracuse bench to at least get the referees to look at it, because you never know. But yeah, definitely right decision there. No handball.
A quick and efficient review, and rightly so.
That's what you like to see.
Yes.
Make sure they get the call right, but not take up too much time and not stop the play of the game, because that can happen sometimes where you have a 5-minute review and then that can kill momentum.
Absolutely. There was a similar incident in the Syracuse-Tennessee football game where they reviewed for targeting. Everyone quickly realized no shot. It's a quick review like that. The reason that game took a while is because of injuries. But we're moving right along here at the SU Soccer Stadium. Play resumes. Out wide on the near side for Klein. The captain met quickly by Garofalo.
And again, Klein is playing really far forward right now. Finally, Mia Klammer's coming back in. This was such an interesting 11 on the field right now, with having Rupert up top with Incorvaya. Now you finally bring your main striker back onto the field in Mia Klammer, and a chance to try and get the difference maker here. You just need one goal to get the 3 points.
Throw is a long one. It's multiple headers towards the back post. It's saved. That long throw can always be a threat to the other team. This had potential.
It did, and that's what Syracuse likes to do a lot with Mia Klammer, and they do it because it creates chaos. But Rebecca Kessler has just been excellent in that. We've talked so much about Shea Vanderbosch and coming into this game, but Kessler has been almost just as impressive. They both have 7 saves. Neither one's given up a goal.
Despite the elements, they've been on their game from the start. Inside the final quarter hour, something has to give, or else these teams will have to be content with sharing the spoils. It's the way it's played out so far, but Buckwalter could change that. She rung the crossbar early in this game. Sends it out wide. Baker, one-on-one. Great challenge in there from Wisbeck. And she draws the foul.
Wisbeck's been really solid in this second half. She's done an excellent job of slowing down multiple Binghamton counterattacks and opportunities. Also has been the main inserter on the set pieces. He's been a big key for a lot of the Syracuse chances.
Syracuse trying to attack down this near side. A little bit of a shove from Rupert. No foul call. Garofalo went down. Binghamton does have it. Alexis Worrell. Worrell is going to win the throw-in near the corner flag. No particular rush for Megan Baker. Here's the cross. And it twirls wide. Just under 13 minutes to go in this game, and still a 0-0 score between Binghamton and Syracuse. How about that result, though, across the ACC women's soccer landscape? Virginia Tech falls to Old Dominion. It's a fun thing about these non-conference matchups. There can be surprises on any given night, and the Hokies are in danger now of dropping out of the rankings.
Yeah, how about the Monarchs? They get the home game against an in-state opponent and pick up a massive victory. It's big time for that program. Now Binghamton looking to do the exact same thing against Syracuse.
Julia Arbelize and Olivia Bazzo are back in for Syracuse for the final 12 minutes.
Two freshmen that bring a lot of creativity and a lot of offensive chances.
Arbelize gives it away to Davis, who went down with an injury midway through the half, but got up after 30 seconds or so, appears to be just fine. Through ball from Buckwalter. Davis onto it. Bridges under pressure. Davis could have a chance. She decides to hold up, lays it back. Turnaround shot wide. It's probably the best look yet, and Paige Luke didn't miss the target by much.
And that's who you want to have that opportunity. Paige Luke, who had 2 goals in the last game. It's always difficult. The turnaround shot, you don't know exactly where the net is. It's a bit blind, but almost got it in. A great angle here, just barely wide of the bar.
And you see right there, Binghamton with double the amount of shots in the first half, the better team, but Syracuse came out better to start the second half. Not to say that the Bearcats haven't been creating chances in the final 45, though. That's a missed clearance. Paige Luke the strike, and it's wide.
Yet another great opportunity for Binghamton. They are continuing to pepper chances on net. This time just a bit of a mistake from Nixon. An excellent job from Megan Baker to get in front of it. And then almost in from Luke.
She's been getting good looks. The junior who started the first 9 games of last season and then suffered an ACL tear against Maine on September 22nd. Surgery was done in November, and she made a faster recovery than anyone could have imagined. Was cleared at the start of August and actually won a beep test. It actually set a program record on the fitness test, and Coach Neil Bhattacharjee said there were some tears because of how emotional that moment was for everyone involved. What a tackle that is. And Baker is charging forward. She's taken down from behind. It's a free kick for the Bearcats.
This game's getting a little bit sloppy. Not surprising considering the conditions that these teams have been playing through. They are absolutely fighting out there on the field right now. A couple hard tackles from each squad. Got to make sure you're careful over these final 10 minutes, especially if you're around the box.
Sofia Garofalo standing over the set piece. Towards the back post, and offside is the call. Looked like Paige Luke just couldn't quite hold up the run. Syracuse intentionally making sure they were disciplined playing that higher line. So a chance gone awry for the Bearcats, and time's running out for both squads. Clean challenge from Megan Baker. The Bearcats claiming it should be their throw-in. Goes to Syracuse. Substitution made by the Orange. Wisbeck back in the match. Maya McDermott too. With it being a tie game right now, if either team makes a substitution within the final 10 minutes, the clock is stopped. That's why it was just stopped at 8:46 for a moment by the referee, Carlos Fernandez. One of the unique aspects of college soccer where there's no stoppage time, but there are certain instances where the clock is stopped by the official, so there's no time wasting from either side. An awkward slip for Garofalo, and Syracuse hoping to capitalize. Garofalo recovers well, cuts out the pass to Rupert.
Just a great job there from Garofalo to bounce back after falling down, get right back up, and find where she was on the pitch and end up making a good play to clear it out.
The Orange give it away in the midfield. Worrell stepped up. Played out wide for Victoriano, a workhorse down the left flank all game long for Binghamton. Back for Olea Blanco. Switches the point of attack. Baker's onto it. Cross in. And finally out of the danger area. Rauch looks up and gives it right back to Binghamton. McDermott gets by Luke. Rupert with nice hold-up play. Clommer ricochets it right off of Garofalo. Now into the 84th minute from the SU Soccer Stadium. Syracuse has drawn its last 2 matches. Binghamton 4 wins and a loss this season. Davis links up with Luke. That's the 1-2 punch for Binghamton. The return for Davis is taken away. Jasmine Nixon, the Kentucky transfer. It's a giveaway from Binghamton. Syracuse wanted to go quickly, but they're actually the team making the substitutions here. Both Julia Arbelize and Abby Incorvaya come back in.
Getting those fresh legs on for the last 6 minutes, 2 freshmen. Let's see if the youngsters can make an impact here.
McDermott looking for where to go with the throw. Wisbeck out wide. It's taken away. There's Victoriano again.
She's my player of the game without a doubt. She's been spectacular.
I second that. And it's a great pass forward for Davis. Luke's an option in the middle. Davis takes it herself and skies it over the bar.
That all possible because of Ali Victoriano. She showed off her defensive prowess a lot in the first half. now her pace on full display. I mean, man, the freshman has just been electric on the left side of the pitch.
Shots even here in the second half at 6 apiece with just 5 minutes left in this game. Still scoreless, and you see right there what exactly is at stake. It's been 20 years since Binghamton took down Syracuse 10 meetings ago, and the Orange are in danger of back-to-back scoreless draws for the first time in 18 years. They don't play a lot of 0-0 games.
They don't, and you definitely just want to get one in here because going into ACC play, you need confidence from your goal scorers.
Throw in taken by Baker. Goal kick. Another Syracuse change. It's Anna Croyle re-entering.
Substitution for Syracuse, number 19, Anna Croyle.
Nikki Thrasher-Adams just making the most of these last-second substitutions, getting all those fresh legs on for the last few minutes. Push all the numbers forward here and try and get a victory. Binghamton, you're pretty happy with the draw. Syracuse, you're not.
And Ashley Rauch put in quite the shift tonight. She comes out clearly exhausted. She gave it her all tonight. A grad student who's one of the leaders of this team now. Headed in the air by Blanco, but Binghamton can't keep it. Arbelaz out on the far side now. Through ball played, and the intervention from Garofalo. 4 minutes to play. Bazo cues up a chance. Clommer the strike, deflected wide. Player down for Binghamton. That's Megan Baker, who took that a bit awkwardly.
It looked like it might have hit her on the throat. Oof.
Yeah. So the athletic trainer came out to make sure Baker's all right. Speaking of putting in a shift, that's what Baker has done.
She's been incredible in this game, too. One of the captains for this Binghamton team, really just putting her heart on the line throughout this game.
The Syracuse area native essentially back home to take on the Orange. Played high school at Jamesville DeWitt, 5 miles away. So multiple players were standing over it, but now Syracuse will get an extra body in the penalty area. And whistle blown because Carlos Fernandez says, wait for me to blow the whistle before you take the corner kick. That's due to the fact that the clock was stopped due to Megan Baker going down for a moment.
Sam, I'm a bit surprised Syracuse is playing with just 6 in the box for this corner kick. You got Magnotta and Nixon playing back, and now they're not going to push forward, look for a second like they would.
And Arbelaz with a regretful corner kick.
Not sure what happened there, just a straight up miss hit.
So an opportunity gone awry for Syracuse. The pressure on from Clommer. Davis controls in the middle. Can't connect with Luke. But Binghamton wins it back. Baker back onto the pitch, trying to make an impact here. Edge of the area, clearance away by SU. Only as far as Bella Brown. Lofts one into the box. Headed down. And out of danger by Syracuse. Just about 3 minutes to go. Is there one last chance for either squad to break through late? McDermott gets a touch, but it goes right to Brown. Baker, through ball, Running onto it, Worrell. She can't get there. Vanderbosch to the rescue.
Great job by Jasmine Nixon, too, to shield away the opposition and let Vanderbosch come out and get it. Good ball played in, though, by Baker.
Play opens up in the middle. Arbelize out wide. McDermott settles. Laid off, but it's given away. Shouts for dangerous play, but we carry on. Arbelize lays it out wide. Kept in by Clommer. Deflected cross. Arbelize stays with it, and it's out for a Syracuse throw.
Arbelize has been playing central since she's come back in. One of the first times this season that we've seen her in this role.
And here comes the signature long throw. To the edge of the 6. Poked out of play. It did go over the end line. No, actually did not. So over the sideline for another throw. It's long again. And this time Binghamton handles it well. One minute remains from the SU Soccer Stadium. A drive forward, through ball. Cross cut out. What an effort from Garofalo to deny that cross from getting through. The Orange trying to take it quickly with time running out.
Everyone but Magnotta pushing forward.
Perhaps the final chance. Lofted into the area, headed down, a scramble for it. Kessler trying to pick it up. It's finally cleared out by Binghamton. Absolute mayhem in the box. Syracuse could still have a chance. Magnotta drives it forward, booted in the air with 12 seconds remaining. Arbelize trying to win it back. Clips it forward towards Corvaya. And it's sent out of play by Garofalo. And Binghamton and Syracuse share this